In the glitzy world of old Hollywood, fame and glamour weren't the only things that set certain stars apart. Some of the most iconic actors were also known for their famous assets, both on-screen and off. From bombshells with curves that turned heads to heartthrobs whose presence was undeniable, these stars captured the attention of the public in ways that still spark conversation today. Join us as we take a look back at the legendary figures whose physical features were as unforgettable as their performances. Get ready to uncover the hidden tales and jaw-dropping secrets of old Hollywood's most famously well-endowed celebrities. Before we dive into the dazzling world of old Hollywood, we want to know, who's the first star that comes to mind when you think of unforgettable assets? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's see if you guessed any of the legendary figures we're about to reveal. Trust us, the secrets behind these Hollywood icons will have you talking. So, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. This is a ride through old Hollywood you won't want to miss. Forrest Tucker was not only famous for his 6'4" height, but also for a unique trait off-screen that made him the subject of countless Hollywood anecdotes. He began his career in the 1940s with a standout role in The Westerner, where he starred alongside Gary Cooper. Tucker quickly made a strong impact on the screen, portraying bold characters in films like Never Say Goodbye, 1946, and Sands of Iwo Jima, 1948. His talent and style captivated audiences, but a personal asset kept private became an inseparable part of his legend. A famous story shared by journalist James Bacon highlights how one of Tucker's distinctive traits became the subject of backstage rumors in Hollywood. While known for his powerful roles, Tucker also gained fame for a physical feature that made him the center of many fascinating stories. Biographies and memoirs about him have recorded these anecdotes, turning Tucker into a legend, despite the rumors and scandals. Until his death in 1986, Tucker remained beloved by both colleagues and fans alike. Frank Sinatra was not only a music icon with irresistible charm and unparalleled vocal talent, but also famous for his impressive personal assets. Stories about his wealth were often circulated in Hollywood, with his romantic escapades involving stars like Ava Gardner, Marilyn Monroe, and Mia Farrow, making him a subject of constant gossip. Those close to Sinatra also claimed that even his servants knew about his preference for custom-designed underwear, a subtle detail that helped him conceal a special asset. Born with a slender appearance, Sinatra still stood out with an unmistakable charm. Famous figures in film and music, as well as numerous biographies, have brought his image to life as a man whose sensuality was as prominent as his artistic talent. Sinatra's interviews about life and desires only added to the legend surrounding him, enhancing his allure in the eyes of the public. His musical legacy endures forever, while his films continue to be celebrated. Milton Berle is known as a pioneering figure in comedy and television. With his wit and natural charm, he established a strong place in entertainment history. However, alongside his artistic talent, he also became famous for a particular personal trait that Hollywood couldn't stop talking about. Stories from backstage and colleagues reveal that Berle possessed a unique feature, making him the subject of gossip not only among fellow artists, but also in industry magazines. Many famous figures, including Marilyn Monroe and Truman Capote, are said to have discussed Berle's asset with a mix of humor and admiration. Monroe even joked about Berle's legendary proportions while filming Ladies of the Chorus. Although Berle initially remained silent and revealed nothing, the development of this story only added to the intrigue. As his career soared during the golden age of television, tales about him continued to be an inseparable part of Hollywood's legend. Burt Ward, famous for his role as Robin in the Batman series, inadvertently became part of Hollywood legend, not because of his heroic role, but for an entirely different reason. Throughout his time on the show from 1966 to 1968, Ward's naturally strong physical traits became a topic of discussion among crew members and viewers. The unexpected bulges under his costume led ABC to consider measures to address the issue. Burt Ward faced this situation with humor and a touch of irreverence, which only added to his fame in Hollywood. Humorous stories about Ward's personal life, combined with his dedication to the role of Robin, made his image even more endearing and ensured that he would be remembered in Hollywood's archives. Errol Flynn, a symbol of charm and adventure, remains one of Hollywood's most captivating legends. Famous for his daring, heroic roles, Flynn also made an impression with his lavish lifestyle and off-screen feats. His fame was further amplified by scandalous stories about his personal life, particularly his bold escapades and flirtations. Although Flynn's public image was closely tied to his charm and sophistication, allegations regarding relationships with underage girls tarnished his reputation. Though ultimately acquitted, these anecdotes became part of Flynn's complex legacy, where glamour and scandal intertwined. Stories about Flynn remain an inseparable part of Hollywood's chronicles, reminding us of the blend of talent and the darker sides of celebrity life. Errol Flynn wasn't just a film legend. He was a larger-than-life figure, embodying charm and drama both on and off the screen. What do you think about his career and personal life? Did his scandals and wild lifestyle overshadow the heartthrob image he built on screen? Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about Hollywood legends. Charlie Chaplin, a symbol of the silent film genre, stood out not only for his comedic artistry but also for an off-screen legacy that stirred Hollywood. While his persona was linked to gentle humor, a particular physical trait of Chaplin's became part of his legend. Writers and film historians have recorded this story in biographies, calling Chaplin the eighth wonder of the world. Although he never publicly acknowledged it, the story about him lives on in Hollywood folklore, proving that a legend can transcend cinema and become a part of history. Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle, a famous star of silent comedy, stood out not only on screen for his cheerful personality, but also due to rumors about his extraordinary physical capabilities. Stories about him spread through Hollywood, especially the gossip about his manhood, becoming the subject of many secret conversations and later biographies. Although Arbuckle was accused of being involved in the tragic death of silent film star Virginia Rappy at a Hollywood party in 1921, the case ended with an acquittal. However, the scandal haunted him throughout his career. Rumors about Arbuckle's physical asset persisted, even after his death at the age of 46 in 1933. His legacy is a strange blend of cinematic humor and scandal, becoming an inseparable part of Hollywood history. Rudolph Valentino, one of the silent film's romantic stars, captivated audiences not only with his alluring appearance, but also with his charismatic presence on screen. However, stories about Valentino's charm went beyond his romantic roles. His strong personality off-screen also became the source of many rumors. Valentino was said to possess a remarkably impressive physical trait, which became a topic of private conversations within the industry. Biographers and film critics have noted that Valentino's appeal wasn't just due to his looks, but also from whispers about a personal asset he possessed. These stories, though somewhat quirky and controversial, helped create a legend around Valentino. making him not only a film star, but also a sensual icon in popular culture. Clark Gable, dubbed the King of Hollywood, shaped the golden age of cinema with his powerful charm and captivating presence on screen. Gable became famous not only for iconic roles like in Gone with the Wind, but also due to rumors about a remarkable physical asset off-screen. Colleagues and industry experts frequently spoke of Gable with respect, while joking about this trait of his. These stories became an integral part of Gable's public image, even though he always remained silent on the matter. Gable's allure stemmed not only from his acting talent but also from these rumors, contributing to his Hollywood legend and proving that his appeal extended far beyond the screen. Rock Hudson was a symbol of Hollywood masculinity, with a muscular physique and captivating looks, especially throughout the 1960s and 1970s. Hudson stood out not only for his performances but also due to rumors about a remarkable physical trait, making him the subject of gossip among fellow artists and film critics. These stories became an integral part of Hudson's legend, with many of his co-stars and directors hinting at his special asset in interviews and memoirs. Although Hudson maintained a public persona of dignity and rarely addressed these rumors directly, the tales of his undeniable allure continued to captivate fans and film historians. Hudson's legacy as a sex symbol wasn't just due to his acting talent, but also the whispers about his physical abilities, creating an unforgettable Hollywood legend. Burt Reynolds, with his strong appearance and unmistakable charm, became a symbol of masculinity in the 1970s and 1980s. Along with his iconic roles and captivating performances, Reynolds built a solid reputation, not only for his talent, but also for the stories surrounding his impressive looks. Rumors about his physical allure spread widely through Hollywood and became part of his career. These anecdotes about Reynolds, often told with humor, contributed to his larger-than-life image, making him one of the most seductive icons of Hollywood during that era. Billy Bob Thornton stood out for his rough and quirky personality, making him one of the most captivating stars of Hollywood in the 1980s. Along with his standout roles, Thornton became the subject of persistent gossip about a remarkably impressive physical trait. Anecdotes from colleagues, including John Ritter, spread within the industry, describing Thornton as a rope, a phrase that quickly became part of backstage stories. These rumors not only highlighted his size, but also contributed to Thornton's reputation as a sex symbol. Though he never commented on the matter, these stories became an inseparable part of Thornton's legacy, proving how a unique physical trait can help create a larger-than-life image in Hollywood. John Dillinger, the notorious criminal, became a legend in American folklore due to his daring bank robberies. A strange legend emerged about his personal belongings, with rumors suggesting that a part of Dillinger's body was displayed at the Smithsonian Museum, although the institution denied this claim. Images of Dillinger's death and stories from the FBI helped fuel this myth. Nonetheless, his stories continue to live on in books and documentaries about 1930s crime, cementing Dillinger's status as America's public enemy number one. John Holmes, a legend in the adult film industry, became famous not only for his prolific career, but also for his legendary physical trait, the size of his manhood. Throughout his career in the 1970s and 1980s, Holmes stood out not only for his vast filmography, but also for his physical asset, which became the subject of gossip and behind-the-scenes stories. After his death in 1988, the legend of Holmes continued to live on in adult film exhibitions. Although there was no official measurement, stories about him still influenced the industry, cementing his legacy as a cultural icon in the history of adult cinema. Liam Neeson, with a career spanning decades, has become one of Hollywood's most influential stars, thanks to his powerful roles and ability to convey deep emotion. While he is known for his seriousness and intensity on screen, rumors about a remarkable personal asset of his have also added to the legend surrounding Neeson. Though never publicly confirmed, stories about Neeson's notable physical trait have become an inseparable part of the gossip and biographies about him. Neeson's legacy is built not only on his legendary roles, but also on these whispered tales, cementing him as an icon of masculinity and allure in the film industry. Michael Fassbender has solidified his place in modern cinema with powerful, emotionally charged performances that perfectly blend rawness and refinement. However, beyond his acting talent, Fassbender has also been the subject of industry rumors about a remarkable physical trait. Colleagues and industry insiders often hint that part of Fassbender's intense allure comes from his natural qualities. Stories about his impressive size have been passed around among directors, actors, and film enthusiasts, becoming a part of the legend in the industry. Fassbender's transformative ability in each role, from anti-heroes to refined gentlemen, is further enhanced by the allure of this unique trait. Fassbender's legacy is shaped not only by his memorable roles, but also by whispered tales of his timeless masculinity and appeal. And there you have it, a look back at some of the most iconic old Hollywood stars who not only captured our hearts with their incredible talent, but also with their undeniable physical allure. These legends became symbols of beauty, grace, and strength in a time when fame was just as much about presence as it was about performance. Which star left the biggest impression on you? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the golden age of Hollywood. See you in the next one.